Hello and welcome back to this Friday's episode of Sports Corner. I'm Cole Young, and with championships on the line, I will get right into what's been going on in sports. The NBA Finals are set, and the Miami Heat and Denver Nuggets will be squaring off to see who will take home the Larry O'Brien Trophy. I predicted the Finals this season would be a rematch between the Heat and the Lakers, and I was half right, so I'll take that. Anyway, to catch you up to speed, I thought I'd recap how these teams got to where they are today. Starting in the West, the Nuggets have reached the Finals for the first time in franchise history. Denver has yet to lose a game at home this postseason. In the opening round, Denver moved on after a 4-1, while averaging just about 115 points per game. They faced a little bit more of a challenge in the conference semis against Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, and the Phoenix Suns, but ultimately moved on after a 4-2 series win. After defeating Phoenix, Denver advanced to its 5th Western Conference Finals in franchise history to square off with the Lakers. Despite highly competitive games, Denver's dominance in the fourth quarter of every game was key. In the first 3 games of the series, the Lakers had numerous opportunities to steal a win, but the Nuggets' performances in each game proved to be too much for LA to handle, and Denver swept the Lakers after 4 games. As I said, they looked to bring home their first championship in franchise history, but in their way stands Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat. Despite entering the postseason and the play-in bracket as the number 8 seed in the Eastern Conference, the Miami Heat have done the unthinkable and have advanced to the 2023 NBA Finals. Unlike Denver, the Heat are making their 6th NBA Finals appearance and competing for their 4th championship in franchise history. The Heat lost their first matchup to the Atlanta Hawks in the play-in tournament, which knocked them down to the losers bracket. In a win-or-go-home game, Miami was able to eliminate the Chicago Bulls, but this meant advancing to take on the number 1 team in the East, the Milwaukee Bucks. The Heat then shocked the world by upsetting the Bucks, then breezing past the New York Knicks, and moving on to face the Boston Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals. The Heat jumped out to a 3-0 lead, and it looked like they would sweep the series. No team has ever come back from a 0-3 record, but the Celtics were on the cusp of becoming the first team in history to accomplish this. Boston forced a Game 7, and they were heavy favorites at home, but the Heat took care of business and dominated Game 7, punching their ticket to the NBA Finals. Game 1 of the Finals was last night in Denver, and the Nuggets picked up the win at home, jumping out to a 1-0 series lead. Game 2 will be back in Denver Sunday night at 5 p.m. Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals will be this Saturday, and the 2 teams that have earned their way into the finals are the Florida Panthers and the Las Vegas Golden Knights. For the Knights, they faced almost the exact same situation as the Heat. They jumped out to a 3-0 lead over the Dallas Stars, but Dallas was able to steal 2 games and force a Game 6, where the Knights would win 6-0 and earn their spot in the Stanley Cup Final for the 2nd time in the team's 6-year history. For the Panthers, they did complete the sweep of the Carolina Hurricanes, including a last-second goal in Game 4 to send them to the final round. Coming into the postseason as the number 8 seed, the Panthers have now reached their 2nd Stanley Cup Final in team history, and first time since 1996. Game 1 will be this Saturday in Vegas at 5 p.m. While MLB season is still going strong, college baseball and softball began their championship tournaments today. Games will be going on all throughout the weekend. For the men's tournament, LSU is the early frontrunner, led by the nation's best pitcher and top 2 hitters. They will most likely be a team to look out for down the stretch. And for softball, Oklahoma has been a powerhouse all year long, and they look to continue their run into the championship round. It's that time of year with championships all around us, so be sure to tune in to as much baseball, softball, hockey, basketball, F1, tennis, and even golf as possible. I'm Cole Young. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you next Friday.